Phoenix. I don't know which one to do first. Let's see. I don't know which I decided, but it's okay. Thank you. I'm gonna break it. Yeah. Okay, some of these poems are, well, they're kind of spoken word, but they're kind of not. I don't really do, like people, I think, know me as doing spoken word, but I don't really do it. But I just write poems. Okay. Enough of that. Okay, I'll do the first poem. This poem is background. There's a man in his late 20s, maybe early 30s, sits next to me, a young 19-year-old Filipino Chinese American, mind my own business. He sits next to me, right? And he's gorgeous. He's telling me like, oh, what's your age, love? Turns, he like smiles at me and he's like, man, I've always wanted an Asian wife. Okay, and then another time, a young college teacher assistant, 22. He's my main instructor for advanced lessons for piano. I'm 15, and he talks to me. He's telling me about his affair with a Japanese woman. He's interested in his student and his escapades with other women that I remind him of. Yeah, and he waited until I turned 18 to ask if I wanted to have fun with him. Don't you want to have fun? And then 13, white man at a party college, you're like, oh man, you're my Asian baby girl. I only date Asian girls. I got yellow fever. So, you giving me yellow fever. Okay, this poem's about that. Those three things. And this poem's about yellow fever. Okay. So, tell me about your yellow fever. Did you pick on almond eyes, took them by twos, chew and swallow? So, now your stomach aches and you're asking me to be your cure. Yeah. Tell me about your yellow fever. Did you steal plants you didn't seed? Claim it to be your own. You've been caught, now you're red to the bone. Yes, I see your stomach's in a rumble. Please don't fucking lie. I see in the monitor that your gut does not hold cute butterflies. Upon consideration of your symptoms, I find you need a spoonful of consideration and a dose of ass-kicking. My comfortability and kindness are not to your expense. Please dispense what you know, and when you get home, regurgitate that shit, because your yellow fever doesn't fucking exist. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, very nice poem. Okay, this poem is called Make Me Love for Breakfast. I made this poem when I was lonely, when I was sad. When I didn't have a boo, but I have a boo. Okay. Yeah, this one's called Make Me Love for Breakfast. I say this one a lot, so you might have heard it. Okay. Make me love for breakfast. Let's wake up early for once. Find the break of blue so I can see the hue of you, baby. Make me love for breakfast. I want my sheets scrambled. Knowing that you'd like me over easy, but that I'll consider tomorrow. Yes, I know what you're brewing in that mind of yours, bittersweet goodbyes after leaving messes on floors, but let's simmer down some more. Stay a little longer, for some coffee that's stronger, making hearts beat a little fast, please. Say, maybe, baby, say, can you please be my maybe, baby? Or you could be my honey, instead of burnt links and t-shirt stains and leftover laundry on Friday mornings. Say, honey, drip sweet sap kisses down my neck, down, maybe, down, maybe to my thighs, slowly, but only maybe. Make me love for breakfast. Let's not all be in a rush. Can we breathe in this August flush? Please make me love for breakfast. Okay. Okay, so I wanted to read a poem from Jade Phoenix. Jade Phoenix is a queer, trans, asterisk femme, first-generation Filipinx-American, LA-based performance poet, activist, and educator. I was reading the back. Her work is a poetic expression rooted in the multiple identities she holds and how they intersect with her day-to-day fight for collective liberation as she creates and navigates the intricacies and nuances of our current social, political systems and structures. Jade Phoenix is a fierce story and truth teller, a vulnerable and engaging performer, a passionate parent, informative educator, and activist. So y'all missed out on when she came over and gave a workshop. She comes by and she's amazing. So I recommend look her up, support her, follow her on Instagram, follow her on Facebook, and yes. Okay, this is a poem by her, The Bridge and the Butterfly. When you feel that your body, a battlefield upon which you have been at war, begins a transition many would consider unholy, or seek to label as profane, and you imagine leaving it behind to inhabit a different one altogether. When you and your body reach an impasse on a broken bridge, over a gulf of ash you are always burning, and the flames of past defeats threaten to become a consuming fire, blazing through the night. When the pain, the dysphoria, the trauma assigned to your body at birth burns down the bridges, engulfed in the fire, and the roles you were forced to play but never auditioned for add fuel to its flames, illuminating the way ahead. When you remember the offerings upon which your body has made on its behalf, and you retrace each step with the rhythm of your breath to the places where your body loves to meet you on the road, to the places where its betrayal feels like lifetimes ago, to the places where the shedding of your old skin becomes a bed of dust upon which to lay your dead name to rest. How caterpillar of you to have spun yourself a cocoon, finding safety, hidden away from the flames, to have unraveled so carefully through the night, emerging a creature, beautiful, beyond all that you could imagine. The butterfly is why I believe in the holiness of dying, of being reborn and renamed. Safe passageway is why I believe bridges, once proven unfit to cross, must be burned to the ground and rebuilt for transition across an impassable gulf from one war to another, is finding your beauty by sifting carefully through the destruction of battle, is loving yourself whole in the ashes you have risen from, is to leave it all behind in the wake of your flames. When the embers below the ash become an epithet to the battles you still have yet to win, and the petty promises stacked along your vertebrae rebuild your backbone into a bridge, wave bent, need prayers, searching the dark for lost halos of redemption. It is your hallowed be thy names in once nameless land, rename you into a phoenix of holy. And this, I believe, is both the most sacred and profane act we could ever do. It's the bridge of the butterfly. I think I'll read one more. This one's Your Transphobia Kills. It says trigger warning. Okay, so a trigger warning is a statement used to notify the audience of the specific content to give them an opportunity to consent as to whether or not they would like to proceed, i.e., this poem contains trigger warnings for murder, suicide, transphobia. Trigger warning. These days, my social media timelines have been filled with articles containing the previously mentioned trigger warnings. I no longer need to read past them to know that the article in question is probably a news report detailing the death of another trans woman of color, or another suicide note left on Facebook, or probably another article full of misgendering and dead naming instead of properly learning how to name the dead. Yasmin Vashpain, Ty Underwood, Lamia Beard. I don't need to keep reading name after name to know that here in America, in 2015, there were 21 trans women, mostly of color, murdered at a rate that not even this poem could keep up with. This poem could keep up with. I've had to change that number 12 times since I started writing this Transphobia Kills. This is not a metaphor. This is a fact. Meanwhile, most people have never stopped to think how they might be complicit on our deaths. But guess what your transphobia doesn't get to be a cute, harmless pet belief that you get to keep safe inside a cage of bigotry and religion. It isn't some morality you get to take to the grave, passing on to your children like some cheap inheritance. Transphobia kills. In America, we are the most underemployed, we are the most we are the least housed on television. We end up as dead sex workers on CSI crime shows, or punchlines for man's laughter. In the justice system, Black trans women are often the ones incarcerated in cases when the attacker is killed, when defending herself against assault. In cases when the attacker is killed when defending herself against assault, this is a crime, punishable by multiple years in a men's facility. They call it manslaughter. I'll tell you this, it is no coincidence how manslaughter and man's laughter is essentially the same exact word. You see, transphobia is the subtle perpetrator no one talks about, the monster only few are willing to rise up to, the terror no army is listed to fight against. Transphobia is more dangerous than you think. It is more fatal than you believe. It is more than you are able to contain once it goes unchecked in the world. Consider this your trigger warning. Do not let your complicity become the silencer covering the barrel of the gun. Do not let your hate fill the clip with bullets meant to bury in my chest. Do not let it be your finger pulling back to the goddamn trigger or my body on the other side of your hand holding the smoking gun. This poem contains a trigger warning. Your transphobia kills. Consider this poem your warning trigger. Kill your transphobia before I become the one it kills next. I'm sorry that I ended kind of negative, but it's really important that we have a conversation about this. And this is, I don't want to speak on like this is Jay Phoenix's experience, and I really recommend that you look into her. It is amazing. Yes, please. Okay, the end.